Thank you for speaking to me, Mr. Zakaria, on an important day. Let me ask you outright. It might be a simplistic question, but it's worth having a stab at. Who is winning this war, Mr. Zakaria? Or let me put it another way. Are the US and Israel close to attaining their primary objectives?
I think without any question, the US and Israel are winning in the military sense of the word. Iran is very weak. And what Israel has done over the last several years is really decimate Iran's offensive capacity. Remember, Iran had this strategy that they were not going to try and match Israel, gun for gun, missile for missile. They knew they were weak. So they tried this asymmetrical strategy of funding a bunch of proxy militias, from Hamas to Hezbollah to the Houthis to the Syrian government. And all of those militias and the Syrian government are in tatters. The Syrian government fell, Hezbollah has been destroyed, Hamas has been destroyed. And then Israel went after Iran's defenses themselves, the air defenses. Now they have gone after the nuclear capacity. So all of that has gone much better for Israel than one might have expected. And Donald Trump, not wanting to be left out of a winning military campaign, decided to jump in and deliver the kind of coup de grace. But, and here's my caveat, you still need a political agreement with Iran. Iran is it's a country of 90 million people. It's been around for 5,000 years. The nuclear program is 70 years old. It was started by the Shah of Iran. You cannot just hope that airstrikes will somehow magically solve the problem. You have to sit down at a negotiating table, get them to promise not to rebuild, get them to promise to monitor and inspect these facilities, and in return for which you have to give Iran sanctions relief, allow them to integrate back into the world economy. So that's the deal that's out there. And whether that has become easier or harder right now, I think remains to be seen. The crucial question is, how is Iran reacting to all of this? And we have very little sense yet.
That's very interesting because you've talked about this bombing campaign that Mr. Trump launched. Now, was this a strategic masterstroke, as Trump seems to define it? Or is it a performative act aimed at striking a quick bargain? What do you make of this?
I think that with Trump, performance is always more important than reality. I think it's quite obvious that he started out distancing himself from the Israeli bombings, had Marco Rubio say this is a unilateral Israeli action, the U.S. has nothing to do with it. And by the way, that's very rare. And there was no support offered to Israel. I think in the last 25 years, I can't remember an Israeli military action that the U.S. has not said immediately, we support this. So that was the stance. Then it succeeds. Trump jumps in. I think the way I would put it is this: it certainly looks good. Performatively, it's impressive. The U.S. military's capabilities are stunning to be able to do what they did. I think Trump is right there that no military in the world could do that. But the crux of your question is, does it make a deal more likely? I wonder about that, because if Israel had just been hitting Iran, doing massive damage, the U.S. could present itself as a bit of an honest broker and bring everyone to the table, present a compromise, work it out. Now the U.S. is party to the conflict. So I think it becomes harder in that sense. Again, it all depends on how the Iranians react to it. But I would have thought it would be easier to get a deal if the U.S. played the role of honest broker rather than belligerent itself.
Network 18 is now the clear leader in digital media, with 55% more users on native platforms and social media than Times Internet. Network 18, the undisputed leader of news networks, way ahead of the times.